Merhaba değerli Hentbol severler. Hentbolhaber.net'in yüzde Hentbol programından sizlerle birlikteyiz. Bugün güzel bir gün. Neden diyeceksiniz? Daha önceki konuğumuz çok efsane bir isim Talant Dujshebaev'den sonra bugünkü konuğumuz Veszprém'in başantrenörü David Davis Camara'nın olacak. Ve güzel bir sohbet bizi bekliyor. Umut ediyorum ki siz de bundan keyif alacaksınız diyorum. Hentbol güzeldir. Hentbol paylaştıkça güzeldir diyorum. Ve bugün yayınımızda bana eşlik edecek olan değerli arkadaşlarımı tanıtmak istiyorum. Ozan merhaba, hoş geldin.
Selamlar, hoş bulduk. Merhabalar herkese.
Nasılsın, iyi misin?
Vallahi iyiyiz, evdeyiz. Ne yapalım?
Evde devam ediyoruz.
Evde devam ediyoruz hayatımıza.
Aynen. Diğer tarafta Görkem. Merhabalar Görkem, nasılsın?
Merhabalar abi. İyiyim, teşekkür ederim. Sizler de iyisiniz inşallah diye soracağım. Zaten söylediniz iyi olduğunuzda.
Her şey yolunda, güzel gidiyor diyorum. Evet, bugün çok değerli bir konuğumuz var. Avrupa'daki yayınlarımıza devam ediyoruz yüz yüze Hentbol'da, hentbolhaber.net olarak. Veszprém'in baş antrenörü David Davis olacak diyorum. Bakalım konuğumuz da bizi arka planda bekliyor ve bundan sonra da yayınımız İngilizce gerçekleşecek. Siz de izlemiş olduğunuz sosyal medya kanalı aracılığıyla yorumlarınızı yapabileceksiniz. Değerli handball severler. Biz de daha sonra onları İngilizce translate ederek de yayınımıza devam edeceğiz diyorum. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, Handball Haber continues its live streams during COVID-19 crisis. The coach of the Telekom Veszprēm'in is David Davis will be on Hentbol Haber live chat. David Davis Camara will be guest of face-to-face handball today. Hentbol Haber contributors Fırat Beyde'nin, Görkem Erim and Socrates magazines Ozan Cansu will ask questions. Viewers will be able to ask questions all live stream. Now, today is David Davis. Welcome, David.
Merhaba. Hello.
Hello, coach.
Hello, coach. Yes, we are happy to see you in our live stream. So, thank you very much our invitation accepting. Thanks everything. Yes, Ozan.
Coach, thank you for joining us. First, I'd like to say, as a former handball winger, I am honored to talk to you right now. I hope everything is going well there during COVID crisis. How are you doing?
Yes, well, first, hello and to everyone, and of course, thank you for the invitation. I think that now these moments that are a little bit complicated, and what we should do, I think, from my point of view, is to help the humble, help that to everyone can speak about humble, and try to an invitation. It's well received by my side, and of course of the club. And to speak, to create a big community of humble people that interested in humble, and I think that if I can help with this interview, for instance, with you, it's great. No, the situation here in Hungary, well, it was. I'm from Spain, as you know, but the situation compared with Spain, for instance, that is one of the countries that the situation is worst. It's quite good during the whole these last 2 months was quite good, and we are starting, for instance, last 2 weeks we could more or less do normal life, and I already start to work a little bit with the players that were long-term injured, and it's exactly what we are doing. So more or less the situation right now here in Hungary, it's quite good.
It was a interesting season because every league almost ended with prematurely, let's say. Every league ended prematurely their season, and you were in Champions League, you were in Seha League, you were in Hungary Magyar League, and also the Cup. So you started with 4 cups, and you had a huge team. And now, when we look at it, many players are going. For instance, Arpad Sterbik ended his career, but you are transferring a new goalkeeper. And I think Arpad Sterbik is going to be your coach's team from next season. Am I right?
Mm-hmm. You are right.
As a goalkeeper coach.
Yes, you're right. Yes, well, the team has changed. Yes, of course, we are competing in for we have 4 competitions to say in any way, and yeah, we were in a good position in the 4th of them. But we need to, when these situations are so exceptional, the authorities said that we had to stop. Then we just need to stop it. No, of course, in the Champions League, we didn't stop, but it was postponed, and only the first and the second team of the Group A and the Group B are gonna play. And of course, nobody's happy. But as I said to everyone that I was having interview, that everybody lose with this kind of decisions, no? Because of course the clubs decide, or all the HF estaments, no, decide that the Final Four should be played, but of course must be in this way, no, and nobody it's happy because of this. But in these situations, nobody can be happy, no. It's if they decide like this, it's gonna be like this, and
when you first
changes. Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah,
well, about the changes, new players, yes, of course, some players left, some players will join the staff, no, like Carpa, no, that is going to be the head coach of the goalkeepers, and yes, I'm happy. I have a very good relationship with him, and I hope everything is going to be okay in his new life.
When you stopped playing as a player, you started as Vardar coach as well, immediately, right after retiring. And you started as an assistant coach, if I'm not mistaken. And then after some time, you started managing the women's team of Vardar. And then you also worked as Russia assistant and Egypt manager. Then you came to a club which is very, very big economically and player-wise. So this is actually your first big task, right? We can say that. When we think about that, and it was also Veszprém's bad times because they have problems with the coach Vanyesh, and they had eliminated from Champions League. So when you come to Veszprém, what were your plans? Were you afraid of the pressure?
No, well, the truth is I was not afraid because I knew that I have a great player. So the pressure in this moment goes down. No, the problem is when you know that you don't have a quite good team for the competition that you are playing. Of course, if I'm playing the Hungarian league, I don't need the players that I have here because it's not that. Yes, if I want to beat at Veszprém, yes, but if I want to have a good result, it's not necessary, no. But well, yes, was my first appearance in a team. I was with the girls, of course. I was doing all the job in the girls' team, so this is clear. And even though that was another name, the first coach. But yes, when I moved to Egypt, was national team. That is not the same like a team. And when I moved here, of course, but I know it that when you are young as a coach, and you know that your opportunity is not, it's complicated that arrives you in June, no? In June, that you can start in July from the beginning with the pre-season and everything beautiful, no? And you make the team also. This is almost impossible. You need to start, well, like I start, no? In the middle of the season with one team that is, for the reason that it is, because the results normally are not going good, and then you need to take a team and do it good, no? So well, you must bet if you want this or you don't want it, because probably you have more things to lose than to win. But if you win, then things can be really good. But if you don't win, then maybe it's gonna be a stone that big that you cannot wake up in a couple of years. So, but well, I was happy. I know that the team will work because there were a lot of players, a lot of big talent players, and I thought that of course with a lot of work the things could be done and arrive where the place where the team should be. No.
You started really well with Veszprém, actually. It was really problematic when you came, but you worked under a lot of pressure, yet you managed to take the club immediately to Final Four. So also, this will be in December, it will be your second Final Four as well. So when you think about it, you have to win the league, you have to win the cup, you have to win Seha League, and also you are in a club which couldn't win in 4 finals for Champions League over 25 years.
Yes, but things are like this. I mean, there's a lot of teams that want to win the Champions League. There's a lot of teams, at least 10, that has clear options to win the Champions League every season, and it's so complicated to win, no? But before to win, you have to lose. So this everything that has a process, no? That you must go there, you must arrive there, and well, we last season we arrived there to the final. We lose at the end, but okay, we are ready. We hopefully we will play in December against the second final four in a row, and we will be with more experience, with more excitement, with better preparation, and the most of the players that are still in the team that will be with more hunger, not to arrive there and to win, try to win, of course.
Coach, I have a question for you.
Yes.
I am Görkem, as I said.
Yes.
Beginning of this season, some bad results happened, and some of your matches are played at the same time, as you remember. It's a bizarre situation in Seha League, and if I am not mistaken, Seha League game and Champions League game were at the same time. It's a really bizarre situation. After that, your November month was invincible, and you are in Final Four right now. How could you manage that? How did you do that? Starting of the season was a little bit bad, but now your November was invincible, and you are at the Final Four right now. How could you manage that?
Yes, well, as a coach, you must understand that is what I said, not that there's a lot of good teams, but really, really good teams with a lot really good coaches and really good players. And you know that there's going to be a moment that the things are not going to be okay. But instead that to go down and to cry, then you need to wake up and push harder. And but you need to understand, but the most complicated to understand, accept that the things are not going to be like you think that it's going to be. You think that you have all the week to prepare one match against Kiel, and then you go there and the match goes completely the opposite, and you lose at home clearly like we lose, no? But you must be ready that these things can happen, and these things happen already. So the most important is not to lose the focus, not to lose your job, your idea, and your style, your system, and continue until the end. Of course, if you think that things are not going good, you must change, no? But you must accept that it's going to be some period of the year that the things are not going to be like you would like to be, no? So you just need to feed back and to continue and move forward, no? And this, of course, is so complicated because not to say this is so easy, but believe me, when we lose these 2 matches of Champions League and then we lose in the Ceja in Macedonia, believe me, I was not that happy, and I didn't saw the things like this, no? But this is the truth. This is what we have to do. This is like the same like when you are in the stock market, no? You know that when the market goes down, don't worry that the market it's gonna be up again for sure, and you must be patient. But what you do is just you sell your stock options, no? So this is the same. You know that sometimes of the periods of the year the things are not going to be good.
And how do you feel about that? Final Four teams are announced right now. We're not playing quarterfinals and last 16 games. You are at the lucky one, and of course not 100% lucky. You are at the second position of the group, and you earned it. If I'm saying this right.
Yes.
But how do you feel that? How do you feel about that?
Well, I feel, and I will tell you what I'm telling to all the journalists that I was speaking these last 2 months, no, that I think is not the best solution in this situation. Of course, all the estimates of the EHF, no, the clubs, the people that is in EHF, everyone that is making the decision, everybody thought that the most important was to save the Final Four. Okay, so then they need to have some criteria. So they need to say, okay, who's going to be? Okay, we bring to the Final Four the 5th and the 6th team in the groups. Because of course it's a nonsense. No, it's like you said that because they took the 1st and the 2nd. Of course everybody wants to win this right in the court. Of course everybody wants to. Everyone wants to have the chance to prove that you deserve to be in the Final Four. But the problem is that the first in the group don't play 8 quarterfinals. They go directly for quarterfinals. This is the regularity. The Champions League is the most regular competition and the one that gives you more. If you are the first, you don't play. You skip this. If you're first, the second, you play with it's supposed teams that are not that strong. So always the regularity gives you something. in normal situation and in extraordinary situation like we saw right now. No? I'm sure that for next season everybody's gonna fight much more because if anything happens, to be in the best position that they can, no? Because everybody always talk about no, the most important is to be good in March. No, the most important is to be good was maybe okay. This season was not. The most important was before March. And well, yes.
Everyone needs to be ready, right? Yeah.
Yes, ready and compete every day. Play 100% every day. Try to win all the matches every day. It's not the most important to win every match, but it's the most important to be better every day. So if you're better every day, you can be in a better position.
Thank you.
So, Coach, I'd like to ask about when you came to this club, you had a player group, a team that was decided before, but over the time, you have gotten your own players, and now you're transferring your own players. Are you satisfied with the rotation right now? Are you calling this team my team right now, or is it going to change it more? What do you think?
Yes, but I'm not too much into this of my team. I did the team. I didn't did the team. In a team that you have 20 stars. I mean, in a big team. No matter what, if you did the team or not. What matters is if you put your system or not. Since you see the team is playing your system, then it's your team because they are playing what you are thinking that is the best, or what you believe. No, for instance, in my case, what I believe that, and this was last season. We I was implementing the system. It took me 5 weeks. I thought 4, but it took 5. And but then when they start to play my system, this was my team. It's not because I didn't choose these players. This team is not my team. And now next season that I will have more players, and I renew some players that were here and the new players. No. It's just because of the system. Because when you are in a team like this, with 20 players, maybe you have 1 player or 2 more players. That's what you need, no? Normally to play the matches or something like this. But the team is fantastic. So I mean, if right now I go to Barca, I will not say, okay, you everybody outside, I will sign 15 players more. No, of course, it's a fantastic team. I go Paris, exactly the same. I go to Kiel, to say these 4 teams, exactly the same. So in this kind of teams, I mean, the only important is to implement your system, nothing else. The players, if you choose it or not, well, this is only things that happens during the whole year, the seasons.
When you said I have 20 stars, you also have a lot of stars, maybe all of them in your eyes and everyone's eyes of stars, but is it hard to adjust their playing times because every single one of them has their own ego, right? Is this hard to adjust everything?
Yes, it's so hard. It's so hard because, it's impossible that everybody is happy. But what I think, and also what I think is that everybody should have time to show that they want to play, or they want to play, and they are in a good shape right now to play. No, so this is the most complicated. Not to give to everyone enough time that they can show that they can have a new contract, that they can have a rise of the salary, or that they belong to this team. No? So this is the most complicated. But of course, I know that this is impossible, that not everybody is going to be happy, that everybody wants to play more, that everybody thinks that they deserve to play more. And this you need to cook it. I mean, always to cook. No, yeah, I'm cooking today with this, then the other. But everybody must be. You cannot say, okay, from the beginning of the season, you 4 outside, I will play with 16, and if it's good. If it's not bad, it's bad. But you never know what is going to happen during the season. So it's better to try to keep the 20 players inside of the group, and then during the season we will see who's getting injured, who's not getting injured, who's playing better, who's not playing better, who deserves more or less, and then we will see. The season is so long, and it's so for me it's not good to take 4 players out, because if I take 4 players out, it's easier to tell the club that I don't need them, and I take 4 young players that will not disturb me. If they play, they're gonna be happy, and if they don't play, they will not complain. So if I have 20, but I play with the 20.
Hello, coach. Again.
Hello.
There are a lot of comments and everybody, all people say hello and welcome to our live stream. Turkish people very happy to see you.
Shukran.
There is a question in comments. Dear coach, what is your opinion about the Final Four, which be held at at the end of the year, will you play with the new season team in this tournament?
Yes, well, we are waiting to see how is the situation, of course, because every day is changing everything, and we expect, or we hope, we decide that that in December we can play with full spectators, and we can play the normal tournament, but instead of to play at the end of May, in December, no. So well, we until now, yes, it's clear that we're gonna play at the end of the season, and of course, the new team, we will play with the new team. Of course, I think that the HF is changing some rules. But okay, this is a normal situation that every season teams players go, players stay. Of course, it's a pity for the players that change the team, no, and they will not play because they sign for different teams, and also we sign other players and they cannot be in December. But anyway, the team is. I mean, I think that we sign a really good players, and they can do a really good job, and of course they will do everything that they have to win the Champions League in December.
And another questions, do you have any problem for the next season budget sponsor? Because COVID-19 crisis continue now. Are there any problem for the next season budget or sponsors?
Yeah, well, here in Veszprém right now, nobody told me that we have any problem. But what I know is that also the clubs, because of the crisis, the clubs, the coaches of a lot of countries, they are making a lot of every week some meetings to see how is the situation and to try to solve. No, and this end of the season, these last 4 months that we didn't play, all the teams asked for us. For instance, we didn't receive them. We didn't earn the money that we expect to earn for the tickets for these good matches against Szeged, for instance, or the 8 quarterfinals at the beginning, at least, of course, for the cup, for everything. No, so yes, the teams for next season, they are talking to also to start to speak with the players to see how can they reduce the salaries, because this season. This last part of the season was important also. It's a 25% of the season, and was I don't know how it's gonna be the real situation. Of course, if we can play with spectators, it's gonna be less. But if there's not spectators, of course, the clubs will reduce the salaries for sure. But here in Veszprém right now, the situation is quite good, and we don't have this kind of problems.
You talked about spectators, and Veszprém is known for their spectators. Also, you, I think, experienced the same thing in Macedonia as well. They have really huge spectators, especially in home games. So do you think that spectators in home games give you some sort of extra power in Veszprém games? What do you think?
Yes, for sure. I mean, the emotions that you feel in these, for instance, Champions League matches at home, the atmosphere that is here in the Veszprém Arena, it's amazing, and how the players are motivated, and every time they score a goal, how they celebrate, and the people is also join them, and people cheer and cheer all the match with the drums, with the whistles, with everything. No, so for us it's so important. For us, every victory depends a lot of our supporters. No, so without the supporters, but the team is not the same. It's clear, and also for the economical part, it's also a huge help. The supporters and all the tickets that we can sell for the club. No, it's really important. No, also not only here in Veszprém, but in France, in Germany, also it's the same.
Coach, I want to ask about, since you're a young Spanish coach, and when you look at handball world right now, there are always Spanish coaches who are very successful. Like for instance, last year's Handball World Championship, there were 7 Spanish coaches. Last year's Final Four, all the coaches were Spanish. And when we look at other clubs who weren't in Final Four maybe, but in quarterfinals, there were always Spanish coaches. Now we have a lot of Spanish coaches who are really successful. What do you think, as a young Spanish coach, what do you think is the reason for this? How does this start? Where does this start from?
Well, everybody is asking this question, no? And more or less all the coaches, we are saying the same. We are telling the same, no? That we are hard workers. We love our job. We are only thinking in handball, into working to try to prepare the team the best as we can during the week, with watching the videos, we're preparing the trainings, and preparing new actions, or trying to adapt our defense, our attack to the other teams, and also our behavior. No, when I arrived here at Veszprém, for instance, I just said that I need the gym, if it's available for us, and that's it. And markers, some best to train for 2 teams, and that's it. I don't need nothing else. I don't need 25 iPads for one for every player. I don't need 20 Garmin this for the GPS. I don't know nothing. I go to make a camp in New Zealand. I mean, easy things. We arrive humble, and that's it. Nothing else. And this the first time for everyone is like shocking, no? Because everybody comes here a big club and they start to ask about big things or things that you don't need, because what you need is to play humble and win the matches. And this is only you need the court and the gym and balls, of course. And so, well, all these things help in our behavior with the players, our behavior with the club, with the press, and we are just want to work and to enjoy our sport.
Thank you.
Coach,
Yes.
I have a question about Spanish coaches. Most of those Spanish coaches that were mentioned were your teammates at Valladolid, and your coach was the Juan Carlos Pastor, which is a competitor for you right now. He's in the pigs again, and one of the teammates were your last season's Champions League final. I don't know, but Roberto Garcia Parrondo. Yes, Roberto Garcia Parrondo, Raul, Alberto Entre Rios, and so many teammates you had in Valladolid now are good coaches. What do you say about that? What do you say about Juan Carlos Pastor, especially?
Well, Juan Carlos Pastor, of course, is the most special. No, he's the one that signed me in Valladolid when I arrived there in '99, and he's my mentor. I mean, I always had a good relationship with him. Since the third season that I was there, we start to be closer and closer and closer. I was with him in the national team also, and he's my mentor. I always said that my school is from Valladolid and from Talant, no? Because when I was 6 seasons with Pastor in Valladolid as a club, plus the national team, that we were three years from 2005 to 2008, and then I moved to Ciudad Real, and I was with Talant. So I always said that these two guys are my mentors, no? And then also Raul, because then I moved with Raul González to Vardar. So, but everything started with Pastor, no? Because when I arrived to Valladolid, they were working in a system that I never saw before in Hentbol, no? And then I realized that this was something special, or something not special, but something that I really like. It's so simple. So it's clear, no? That you see, okay, if this guy close, but don't go there, go the other side, this. And I said, oh, okay, I should learn this, because this is really good. And then I was 6 seasons there, and I could learn the system, more or less, everything. Then I moved to Ciudad Real, and because Raul was there, and also with Talant, I learned a lot of very, very, very, very, very good things and different things. But with Raul also, we continue doing also things that we were doing in Valladolid. And then with Raul also, I continue. So I was 20 years doing this system, no? And well, it's what I learned, is what I did the last 20 years, and I don't know to do anything else, no? But yes, I was playing with Raul González. Well, Pastor was the coach, and Jota González, the coach of Paris, the assistant coach of Paris, was his assistant coach. Then Raul was playing, Chema Rodriguez was playing, Roberto García Parrondo was playing, Chema. Then Iker Romero,
Didier Dinar was Ciudad Real.
Yes, it was Ciudad Real.
You were mentioning about Valladolid.
Yes, I'm messing now Valladolid.
Okay.
Iker Romero, that is assistant coach in Hanover. David Pisonero, that was the previous coach of Vardar. César Montes, that is the assistant coach of Jordi Rivera of national team of Spain. So imagine all these people who were playing.
It's like a school. It's like a school, right?
Yes, we were playing in this one, and also the coach of Logroño right now, that is Miguel Velasco, that also was there. When I left, he started to play with the first team, but also he was there, and he was training with me a lot. Well, we were training together a lot, and I mean a lot of players. And then in Ciudad Real, Didier Dinar, Alberto Entre Rios. Olafur Stephenson, that also is working with the junior team in Iceland. Alex Pajovic, that is in Graz and Austrian national team.
Raul González was the assistant coach.
Yes, Raúl González was the assistant coach of Talant. Yes.
And in the speaking of the Ciudad Reals, you were at the Ciudad Reals golden age, and 3 Champions League and 4 Liga Asobal, etc., and so many other cups. What could you say about the Ciudad Real and our previous guest, Talant Dujshebaev'i? What do you feel about that? And how do you remember Ciudad Real?
I remember this personal and sportive was fantastic in Ciudad Real. Everything was really good with Talant. Was the first year that he was training in 2005, and was fantastic. I mean, Talant as a coach is someone that if you work with him, then you will not left you indifferent. I mean, it's something changed when you train with him and when you didn't do it. No, I mean, he's a guy that he has a big heart. He always speaks with the heart. He has this character, but this character is, believe me, it's so good. He's always trying to do the best for the team, for the club, clearly. And the people that can understand this is the people that have success with him. No, there's people that don't understand, and they don't understand the way that he do the things. No, but Talant, he has this success because how he is. No, he always speaks with the heart. I always say this. That is the best way to explain how he's Talant. No, he is ambitious. He always wants more. He knows what he wants. No, so it was a very beautiful time there. I remember always he was telling us, "Hey guys, we have a so beautiful team. Hey, let's try to do it our best every day and play like champions. If you need to go outside, do it like champions. If we need to run in the mountain, run like champions. Always like a champion." No, and I have really good memory. It was my first time that I was playing Champions League. Was there I had 29 years, and I never played a match of Champions League since I arrived in Ciudad Real, and this is the first season we won. And was so special. I don't know. We lose also some finals with him, but we won everything that you can win. Not only one time, 2, 3, 4, and Talant will be remembered not because the titles that he won, because maybe the titles that he didn't win. No, that was a few in this period, because he won everything. But everything is everything every year. So yeah, I only have good memories and from Ciudad Real.
Yeah, and you did play like a champion. Yeah, I'm watching right now, even in the YouTube, and you were amazing team. And one more question: late 2000s, Spain team sports were golden age. Mundo Basket 2006, Eurovolley 2007, UEFA Euro 2008, etc. It begins with you, 2005 World Championship. Coach, and it was first gold medal for handball national team Spanish, men's national team Spanish. Am I right?
Yes.
How could you remember that? Could you tell us something about 2005 Tunisia?
Yes, of course. I can tell you a lot of things, but look, I will tell you first one personal that I told to my wife that because we will start the preparation the 26th of December in Tudela in Navarra, where Pamplona was there. We were there. We were having 4 days training, and then we start the second. And I said to my wife, "Okay, take the tickets to Tunisia, because if we have a little bit of luck, we're gonna win this world championship." And my wife said, "What are you telling, David? Believe me that it's gonna be like this." Because 4 days of training. I tell her, yes, because
why did she say that? You were a good team. You were a good team.
We were a good team, but all the players that we were there, nobody believed in us. When Pastor was the first. Yes, when Pastor took the national team, all the players that you see now with the time, you see, oh, look, this guy, this guy was there. Yes, of course. But previously, if you see the national team previously, if you see the national team before, the people that was in national team and the people that went in 2005, is something amazing that you cannot believe. Of course, some people say that they don't go anymore with the national team. For example, Talant said, no, I will start with Ciudad Real. I cannot lose this time, so I prefer not to beat all this. A lot of players that was last 10 years, every concentration national team, they were in the team. They were not there because of Pastor. Some people that retired, or some people Pastor didn't choose. And Pastor tried to choose people that know already the system, and then try to choose people that can join easily with the system, because not everybody can understand the system in 20 days, okay? Or what he wanted in 20 days. This was the most complicated. and then we were there, and of course we started. We were playing good, but was one moment that we had this moment of luck. That was the last match of before the crosses, because we should play at 6. We should play at 6 against Norway, and at 8 should play Croatia against Serbia. And if Croatia and Serbia they play equal, both go to the next round, and we don't.
Yes, I wrote an article about that. In Turkish.
Well, yes, this, and then I don't know why, but the Serbian TV or the Croatian TV had to change the match, or Norway, I don't know, and they should play at 6, and then they changed the match, and who won? Croatia. No, Serbia won. Serbia won, no?
Croatia, because Croatia were in the semi-final. You beat Croatia in the final.
Yes, Croatia, of course, Croatia, because Sudzum made this shot in from the wing, and this was our luckiest, because then Croatia went, and then we won Norway easy, and this was our lucky moment. Our lucky moment was exactly this. If we didn't have this change of the matches, probably we were not won the World Championship. So yes, was quite good. Was quite good memories also.
Okay, thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
Coach, I want to ask something about Liga Asobal right now. You were in your career, in the late career of yours, you were in Atletico Madrid for 2 years before they shut down. And Atletico Madrid was quite interesting, because Liga Asobal was Barcelona's actually, and then Atletico Madrid came as a second contestant. So if they stayed, maybe things would have changed. But right now, Liga Asobal is won every year by Barca without any competition. Although a lot of players, a lot of coaches are dominating European handball right now, Liga Asobal is just one team. Do you think that in close future this can change, or Barcelona will continue like this? What do you think?
It's complicated to say, no, but until in handball, the money and the results are directly proportional. Okay, so if you have much money, you will have better players, better results. Until now, only Barca has the money. Nobody else. If nobody appears with a little bit more money to buy some better players, I think the situation is really complicated to change, because the difference between the budgets of Barca and the rest of the teams, it's you cannot even compare. No? it's so big, and of course it's not easy to win all the seasons like Barca is doing. No, Pasky, for instance, right now is doing an amazing job. Where they say, okay, there's only one team, yes, but you need to motivate the players 10 years in a row and not to lose and win all the season. No, this, believe me, it's not easy, not easy at all. So yes. But yes, of course, it's a big difference between the budgets of the other teams, and until this don't change. But how can this change? We don't know. What we know is that in Spain we always have players, national players. What happened is at the beginning of 2000 years is that the clubs were signing foreign players that of the top level, and this national play. For instance, in my case, I was training with people that was so good from around the world, from around Europe, no. So this keeps if my level was here, then my level start to be like this, no, because I train with better players. Now that they don't have that much money, they sign foreign players, but they don't have this quality that they was before. These top players, no. So the Spanish players are good. That's why the national team still works, but the problem is that they are not training with better, and the teams cannot develop much more. No? So I think that the national team have the players. The problem is that the teams will struggle a little bit more, and if the situation continues, then it's not going to be.
Also, my last question will be about next year. Everything will change when it comes to European Cups. There's a new system. There's a new league. Even Champions League format is going to be changed, and also, you are going to have, like, in the middle of the season, you're going to have a Final Four. Maybe you will have 2 Final Fours in 6 months. We don't know
Hopefully.
What do you think about the new format, or new format and new way of European Cups?
Yeah, well, it was clear, no? I mean, if you are following more or less the Champions League, when they changed the format, the previous format of the groups, each groups, and now for this format that we were playing until this season, it was clear that was a normal or natural transition to this NBA style, no, that to play everyone against one and to play this new format that we are playing right now. We're gonna play for next season, no. I like it. I think it's better for everyone because all matches are good. You have really good matches at every weekend, and people can enjoy. And I think it's quite good. I mean, but it's the normal evolution of any sport, no? That at the end everybody will finish like this. Basketball is already like this, football, and it's only us, no, that we need to. Football, of course, is different, but in sports like basket or handball, I think this is the normal thing, and it works really good. And I'm quite satisfied. I mean, I don't complain about the rules that or the decision that they take the management of the handball, no. Sometimes you like it more, sometimes you don't like it more. Sometimes it's better for you, sometimes it's not. For instance, when we were in Ciudad Real, when was this Final Four, this 2 matches in the every week, for us was really good because we never lose at 2 matches. But at one match, yes, when we start this format, we start to lose. Is when we lose to Final Fours. That we were in 3, no, we were in 2, I think so, with Talant, with Atletico, of Ciudad Real, and we didn't win. But with the different format, we were winning, no? So because then sometimes it's good, sometimes it's not that good. You need to find always the way, no? But I think it's good. It's gonna be good this next format.
But I think you're not afraid of you're gonna play excessive matches probably next year with Tokyo 2021. Your players will be playing so many matches. You're not afraid of that, I guess, right? You're planned already.
No, because always it's the same. I mean, if you are in national team, and in a club that plays Champions League, you know that when the Olympics is in the middle, you will have 2 seasons in a row. This was when I was playing 5 million years ago, and it's now. So it's like this. Maybe this season, if the season will stop in October, November because something happened or not. But normally when it's Olympic year, everybody knows that it's going to play, if you are in this kind of clubs, in the national team, of course, 2 seasons in a row. You need to take care much more than a normal season, because if not, you know how you're going to finish.
Thank you.
Yes, coach. Our national team coach is İlke Şentürk. Did comment, and İlke Şentürk and we have been in Köln for 5 years in Final Four, and every time we talked İlke Şentürk, and İlke Şentürk said Veszprém team should now be the Champion League champion. Especially for 3 years. We would like to win Veszprém Champions League, but not impossible. Maybe this year will be ready. And hopefully.
Yes.
Yes. And another questions. Our education coach, President Murat Bilge, asked, could you please inform us, do you insist on your contract salary as coach like players?
Not really. I mean, what we do in the club is try to make the decisions. Everyone in their field. I mean, the sports field, Laszlo Nagy and me, of course. The economical, our CEO, and then we have also our team manager and our president. And among all these people, we take the decision about the salaries of the players. Okay, but the last word always is from the guy that is economical, that is our CEO, and finally the CEO again, because he's the one that he says yes or not. But of course, we need to take care of everything. I mean, you cannot say, I cannot say, no, this guy pay more, this guy pay less, this guy take him 20%. No. I'm not paying the players. The one that is paying is the club, the CEO, okay, the company. So they have to decide how much money we have to this player or not to this player. When the player is here, normally they should earn much money, because if we want them, they should earn. Okay, you want to stay here? Okay, yes, we give you more money. You see that we want you. We cannot tell you, no, we want that you stay here, but we give you less. So I always tell them, okay, this guy, it's so important for me, try to do your best. This guy, okay, if you don't want to, if he asks a lot of money, don't give that, we will sign another one, it's not a problem. But always the economical part must make their job. I mean, nobody can enter in the part of the other. And everybody, and among everyone, we take the decision, not only one guy. I mean, I'm here training. No, we can write the CEO and tell me, I just signed this player. Yeah? Yes, because it was so cheap. And I said, well, no. Or the opposite, I said, no, I just told this guy that we're going to sign them. And the CEO, but this guy earns a lot of money, or no, is not inside of the budget, or I don't have money for this player. So no, we sit, and until we don't have a decision, we don't move forward. So we try to make it. I think it's better to take decisions with a lot of people, not only one, because if not, things always finish in the wrong.
And another questions, Erdal Kaynak. Do you know Erdal?
Who?
Erdal.
Yeah, yes, Erdal, my good friend. Yes, Erdal, yes.
Erdal Kaynak said, we know he's right-handed, but you played the right wing very hard in the Spanish league and in the national team. How did you manage to be both successful and so successful?
Yeah, well, first I want to say hello to Erdal and to his family. Yes, we are in contact a long time. Well, we met, I don't know where we met last time. Maybe in the Final Four, I'm not sure. And then I give him my telephone because we were playing against, I don't know, in Trap Zone. I was playing in Trap Zone.
In Trap Zone, yeah, 1997.
Yes,
young age championship, yeah.
Yes, I was, and he also was there. And then we saw, I don't know, 20 years later, and he told me, "Hey, I was the goalkeeper. Hey, how are you?" And because of him, I'm today here, of course, and because of you, of course, happy that. Yeah. But yes, I'm here, and yes, of course, I was starting playing on the right side, but I was playing. But I think that because I was playing everywhere, on the right side, on the left side, as a back at the beginning, and I think this polyvalence that I could play more or less in every position, this is what gives me more opportunities, no? Because maybe if you have 14 players and you need one that can play in a different places, but maybe you take this guy, even though that is not so good in every position, but he can play everywhere, then it's easier to take one guy that it's only play as a wing or as a center back or as a pivot, no? It's easier. And working, I suppose, and then a little bit of luck to find these huge coaches in my life, no? Pastor Tal and Raul, and well, maybe everything was part of this success.
Yes, other question. Yeah, is Zeki Paydoğan ask, what is the secret of the Spanish handball? Yeah, you say, but same question. What is the secret of the Spanish handball, and why Spanish trainers very success?
Yeah, well, it's more or less what I said, no? That we love our job, that we just thinking to humble inside of the court and to try to do our best, to take the best from the players, to take care of the club. Well, just to love our sport and to work with the heart every day, no? And try to be better, try to improve the players if it's possible. Well, all these things and our behavior that we try to adapt everywhere where we go without asking not too many things, and that's it.
Yeah. And other questions, Okan Alay, does he feel pressure for championship in Champions League? Because Veszprém's 25th Champions League going to. So are there any pressure?
Yeah, no. I think it's more excitement that everybody has from the club, from the supporters. No, everybody is so excited to raise the trophy. No, it's not a pressure. The pressure comes, of course, because Veszprém is a really big team in Europe, but also in Hungary. In Hungary, it's every day in the TV, a lot of interviews. All the players are there. Everybody knows them. You can watch all the matches of the league, of the Champions League, of girls, men's, everything. So the pressure comes because everybody knows, no? But everybody is so happy that the Veszprém is where it is, and that he's fighting every year to win the Champions League, no? And one day we'll win, no? So everybody is so exciting, and I think that is more than pressure is excitement to try to win and to be so happy to reach finally the trophy, no?
Coach, as the last question for this interview, we have this question from Mahmutan. Have you ever dreamt about being the Spanish national team coach? Is that one of your goals in your life?
No, I didn't thought about that. The truth, no, not right now. Look, I'm just starting my career as a coach. No, even though I am involved in this, I know how is the Champions League, how everything goes more or less. No, because I was 20 years as a player, but right now I'm just what I want to focus here in Veszprém. I want that things goes really good here. And the truth is, I'm not thinking to be, because here I have a lot of job, and I would like to stay to enjoy more time this club. No, who knows what is going to bring the future will bring. But I'm not thinking right now in the national team. I think every coach not just one, but every coach wants to be in a team, because the daily coach, and you can train every day. National team, you have several parts of the time. The Olympic year is the time that you are going to be more time training. No, but the rest of the year, you need to follow the players, you watch matches, but you don't train. So, and everybody wants to train. So, well, I think it's always better. But of course, it will be a pleasure to be the coach of the national team. No, but well, I'm not thinking about this.
Coach, thank you very much for your time. As hentbolda.net, we thank you so much with my colleagues Fırat and Görkem. Thank you for your time, and also all the best for the next season.
Yeah, thanks to you for the opportunity, and anytime you know that I'm available for you and to help our small community of handball.
Thank you.
Be glad to hear that, Coach. Thank you so much.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Evet değerli handbol severler, hentbolhaber.net'in yüzde handbol programında Veszprém'in çiçeği burnunda diyeceğiz ama bir sezonu artık geride bırakan antrenörü ama Şampiyonlar Ligi'ne uzanmayı çok arzulayan bir antrenörüyle birlikte olduk. David Davis. Evet Ozan, şöyle bir özetleyecek olursak aslında genel hatlarıyla söyleşimizin öne çıkan başlıkları neydi?
Ya valla David Davis'in tabii özel olarak bu sezonuyla ve Veszprém ile ilgili konuşmak istedik. Çünkü çok zor bir göreve geldi. Sezon ortasında geldi ve aynı zamanda işte kötü sonuçlar sebebiyle hocası kovulan, kötü sonuçlar sebebiyle oyuncularına ekonomik olarak kısıtlamalara gidilen, hatta asgari ücret verilen falan böyle karışık bir kulübe gitti. Sonrasında tabii çok başarılı bir başlangıç yaptı. Aslında işte Vardar'ın kadınlar takımını çalıştırmıştı. Vardar'da yardımcı antrenörlük yapmıştı. Rusya'da yardımcı antrenörlük, Mısır'da yine antrenörlük yapmıştı. İlk büyük işiydi. Biraz aslında bundan gittik ve büyük işiyle alakalı ben soru sormak istedim. Çok fazla heyecanlanmadığını, zaten böyle fırsatların çok nadir geldiğini ve böyle fırsatlar geldiğinde de ya hani kaçırırsınız bu fırsatı ya da değerlendirirsiniz dedi ve kendi takımını kurmaya çalıştığını, ama aynı zamanda o takımdaki yine oyuncuları mümkün olduğunca iyi kullanmaya çalıştığını, çünkü her zaman istediğiniz oyuncuları alamazsınız. Yani herkese atıp yeni oyuncular getiremezsiniz dedi ki böyle bir gücü var bence Veszprém'in. Bunlardan bahsetti. Aynı zamanda da ekonomik olarak şimdilik çok ciddi bir problemleri olmadığını söyledi. Beni en çok şaşırtan şu, Aralık'ta kimler oynayabilir sorusunu sorduk. Yeni transferler mi yoksa eski takım mı? Valla bize de daha yazı gelmedi gibi bir şey söyledi. Yani
EF'nin onunla ilgili bir açıklaması yok da.
Bu EF'nin bu planı yaparken henüz böyle bir şey kulüplere yollamamış olması çok garip geliyor bana. Hani ben acaba biliniyor da yani açıklanmadı mı biz mi bilmiyoruz diye düşünüyorum. Yani Davis bile bilmiyorsa bu çok garip bir şey bence. Bununla beraber de özellikle yani Görkem'in sorduğu o İspanya Ligi'ndeki oyunculuk dönemi ve Juan Carlos Pastor okulunun neden bu kadar başarılı olduğunu da Talant Dujshebaev o klasmanda biri olduğu için daha farklı bir şekilde görmüştük. Şimdi genç bir antrenörün ağzından hani nasıl öğrendiğini, kimin yardımcılığını yaptığını, kimin neler öğrettiğini, mentörleri falan çok güzel gösterdi bence. Çok güzel anlattı.
Yani keyifliydi özellikle yani gerçekten bir de sempatik insan yani özellikle biz hep bekliyoruz ya. Şimdi Talant Dujshebaev de çıktı, işte David Davis de çıktı ya. Hep deriz biraz bunlar artık Şampiyonlar Ligi ekibinde oynayan büyük antrenör ama görüyorsunuz şu an çok keyifli.
O konuda şanslıydık bayağı ya. Hani
yani bayağı şanslıyız diye düşünüyorum.
Tevazu sahibi insana denk geldi. Bir de şeyi söylemek istiyorum. 2005 Dünya Şampiyonluğunu sordum ben. Ona da hani eşi dahil kimse pek inanmamış söylediğine göre dedim. Hani niye inanmadılar? Takımınız da iyiydi gerçekten. Kadronuz da iyiydi dedim ama yani galiba futboldaki algı gibi biraz. Futbolda eskiden İspanya'da olan algı. Hani hep çok iyi kadro olur, hep çok iyi takımlar olur ama hiç mutlu sona ulaşamazlar gibi öyle bir algı olduğunu ama Sonra onu kırdıklarını ve kırmalarının da gruptaki son maç Hırvatistan-Sırbistan maçının kendilerinin Norveç'te olan maçtan sonra oynandığını söyledi. Ve bunda hani sonra oynanmalarından dolayı biz o maçı daha rahat izledik gibisinden bir açıklama yaptı. 2005'ten de bahsetti. Bir de Ciudad Real döneminden de bahsetti. Talant Dujshebaev için, onun için söyleyebileceğim en iyi şey kalbinden nasıl geçiyorsa, kalbinden ne geliyorsa öyle konuşur dedi. Benim de aklımda kalan bunlardı. Yani bilmiyorum hani sözü vermediniz. Ben direkt aldım ama.
Yok, ben de aslında kaçırdığım bir soru vardı. Aslında planladığım sorular arasında özellikle Türk oyuncularımızın yurt dışında oynuyorlar. İşte Yunus da Macaristan'da oynuyordu. Özellikle takip ettiği Türk oyuncular var mı diyecektim ama arka planda tabii komentler falan yaparken arada biz de onları kaçırmış olduk. Soruyu da unuttum yani sormayı açıkçası.
Zaten 50 dakika yani bir saniye boşluk olmadan çatır çatır o konuştu. Biz sorduk. Hiç böyle şey olmadı. Nasıl diyeyim? Aslında biz Talant Dujshebaev'e daha böyle yaldır yaldır hazırlanmıştık. Hepimizin yazdığı sorular vardı. Onlara yolladık falan. Bu sefer hiç öyle bir şey olmamasına rağmen baktığımızda çok akıcı, çok temiz gitti her şey. Dediğim gibi biraz bence onun sempatikliğinden de ileri geliyor. Adam yani hani konuşmuş olmak için röportajı vereyim de bitsin diye değil de daha çok muhabbet için bizimle.
Bayağı kulübe falan gitmiş ya. Hani böyle arkada amblemler, sponsorlar bilmem neler.
Ama bak onunla ilgili bir tane de yorum vardı.
Evet yorum vardı. Ben o yorumu şu an.
Birisi. Evet.
Abi, bak şimdi şöyle bir şey var. Biz de tekrar şimdi kendi handbolumuza gireceğim bir şekilde ama abi biz de lig maçlarında dahi işte sponsordur, ne bileyim seremoni klasıdır, bilmem nesidir. Yani şöyle bir şey var. Handbol Şampiyonlar Ligi'nde gidiyorsunuz. Handbol Şampiyonlar Ligi maçı başlamadan 10 dakika önce çocukları alıyorlar. Bak kardeşim şöyle yapacaksın. Bunu burada gereceksiniz. Bunu buradan topu tutacaksınız. İşte şu müzik başladığında şunu yapacaksınız falan. Bizde marka değeri ya da sponsorluğa ait ya da sponsor sorduğunda kardeşim ben nerede gözükeceğim diye sorduğunda hani bak şöyle bir planımız var size dediğimiz bir şey yok. Ama adam arkasını komple sponsorlarına vermiş. Ya biz hentbolhaber.net bu yayını kaç kişi izledi? Yani bunu
sonradan izleyecekleri de say.
Işte, bunu Macaristan'da yapıyor olsak biz acayip bir sayıya ulaşabilir. Ve o zaman hani dersin ki sponsorlara çok önemli, onların görünmesi lazım. Adam bizim programda da sponsorların görünmesini düşündüğü için oraya gitmiş. Yani bu çok özel bir şey.
Evet.
Bir de yani o da bize aslında bize de ne kadar değer verdiğini gösteriyor. İnşallah biz de daha fazla değer yaratırız. Ve handbolu Uğur Kılıç'ın bir sözü vardı hatta hiç unutmuyorum. Handbolu arka bahçemizde oynamaktan artık kurtarmalıyız demişti. Bu o yönden de gerçekten çok önemli diyorum. İnşallah kendi markalarımızı ve değerlerimizi yaratırız ve en iyi şekilde ilerleriz. Evet artık yayınımızın sonuna geldik. Bizi izleyen, takip eden, sorularla katkıda bulunan tüm handbol severlere, handbol paydaşlarına çok teşekkür ediyoruz. Bir sonraki yayınımızda da bir aksilik olmazsa haftaya pazartesi salı yine Şampiyonlar Ligi'nin bir ekibinin çok değerli bir antrenörü yayınımızda olacak.
Bunu biz de ilk defa duyuyoruz herhalde. Yani.
Bunu biz de bilmiyorduk.
Yani siz de, yani bir aksilik olmazsa Porto'nun antrenörünü pazartesi veya salı günü yayınımıza alacağız.
Tamam ben YouTube'da o zaman İsveç maçlarını ben bunun şeyine başlıyorum o zaman.
Yani izlemeye başlamak gerekiyor. O yüzden de
İsmi
çok
de verelim abi yani Magnus Andersson.
Tabii Magnus Andersson.
Büyük
yani
oyuncu.
aksilik olmazsa onun yayınımıza davet ettik ve bir aksilik olmazsa yayınımızda da olacak diyorum. O yönden de aslında böyle uluslararası alanda da yer almak zaten en son Ozan Avusturya'ya gittiğinde de efendim bizden İngilizce yayın istediğini ve İngilizce haberler istediğini de zaten konuşmuştu. Efendim de bizden böyle bir talebi vardı. Az çok bunu da başarmaya başladık. O yönden de senin de katkılarından dolayı, Görkem senin de katkılarından dolayı çok teşekkür ediyorum. Ve özellikle yorum yapan tüm takipçilerimize çok teşekkürler deyip handbol güzeldir diyoruz. Handbol paylaştıkça güzel diyoruz. Ve hoşça kalın diyorum. Görüşmek üzere.
Ağzınıza sağlık. Görüşürüz.
Görüşmek üzere.